Nova. There are words I would like to say that describe you, but I honestly can't. Not just because I would get community guideline strikes, but because I'm trying to get an actual job in mental health field, and I really can't say the things I want to say about you. But I will say this, guys, if you can't handle screaming or anger towards another person, even though it's deserved at this point, I'm asking everybody now to click off, please. Going into earlier today, Purity Sins was live on YouTube, and she said about a month or two back, Mr. Gabriel Cage, you know, the same Gabriel Gage or Nova Online or Nova Universe, whatever the hell you want to call him, who likes to talk to minors in Discord, who had his Reddit leaked with the most depraved and disgusting things imaginable to be leaked on the internet. The dog kicker, possible killer, and abuse towards his mother, who is disabled and has one foot, decided to swat Purity Sins. Now, if you don't know what swatting is the act of making a false report to a specific address in efforts for police to storm in and apprehend the subject, which in a lot of times in failed swatting attempts have resulted in death. And mind you, Nova decided it would be a fun joke, a cool joke, to say Purity unalived her mom, which could not be further from the truth. Purity said in her own words, when the cops showed up, they had guns drawn on her from the road, but the police that were at her door did not. They reached out to the neighbor, one of her neighbors who is a cop, and says the most violent thing she's ever done was sing to her dog. So the cops, when they got there, they still had to investigate to check, but they were more relaxed when they got that vouch. And of course, obviously, they didn't find anything. Purity is safe, her animals are safe, and her mother is safe also. And mind you, this was when Purity was live on a stream. What could cause Nova, or at the very least, one of his troll friends to swat Purity? It was literally because Purity revealed she was the one that called the cops and reported everything to Nova a couple months when he got investigated by the police a couple months ago. That's it. And honestly, it's well deserved on Nova's part. He should be investigated. Look at the Nova files. Look at who he's running around with. He was running around with UTTP. He was Discord married to a minor. And then recently, a couple weeks ago, he tried doxing Kiwi tapes with a person known as User764, which, if you don't know about User764, is one of the biggest online extortion groups. So we can already tell, even if he's not running with the official 764, he must really agree with what they're doing. And UTTP is pretty much a softer core of 764. But that's the people who nobody chooses to run with. And then he'll claim that, oh, I didn't know what they were doing until it was too late, which was a bullshit lie. So Nova, I'm going to say this. I don't feel bad for you. I don't care about your little sad boy eats videos. I think you're pure evil. I think you're pure evil. And the sad part also is you claim to be a mental health advocate. I said this on X2. You claim to be a mental health advocate, but you want to run around with those organizations and you want to put other people's lives at risk. Also, mind you, just because you don't care about your mom doesn't mean everybody else doesn't care about their mother either. Purity even said her mother is deaf. Purity has even said in a video her today too, she has severe brain damage and she has PTSD and it is hard for her to go outside. You swatted her just because she hurt your feelings. She called the cops on you. You're pathetic, dude. Honestly, I'm not surprised anymore, dude. As soon as the Reddit leaks came out, I'm not surprised by your behavior anymore. I'm gonna go off my tangent on the rant, and I want to say that one good thing did come out this week, and that was another reason he's super sad boy is a person over on Twitter known as OldManPissus. Reached out to the place that Nova was actually supposed to have a Pokemon tournament at, and it says that, well, I can't read the top one because there was a box in the way. I thought it was on my screen. So, but he pretty much warned them about Nova online, and they respond with, "I appreciate the warning. We have had an internal discussion about this individual already, and will be acting accordingly." So there are people that reported ahead of time, and I'm really happy about that, guys. But I'll get to that in a minute. But he responded back as, "Would you or someone on your team have a moment for a call?" And they responded with, "We already have discussed it, and the individual will not be allowed to attend the tournament." Which, good. That's probably the best thing anyone could do right now. Like, this is the best decision this place could make. Because as much as Pokemon is attracting a lot of adults, the intended audience is still towards kids, and I personally have 2 sons that are into Pokemon. So it would, without a doubt, with no doubt in my mind, I should say, there would have been children at that event, and that's the last thing we need Nova to do. But they went on to say, "Is there any additional information you have for us beyond that?" And Pissus said, "No, but I severely appreciate it." They responded back with, "How did you find out he wanted to attend?" And OldManPissus said he told people online that he was going to attend. "Thank you very much for your time and have a fantastic day." Which, once again, I'm going to applaud this guy real quick. Freaking amazing. To you, OldManPissus, you are the GOAT. And to everyone else that reported, that reached out to this business, y'all are the GOATs. But this is also a reason why Nova is extra sad boy and pissed off. And I really feel no shame. Like I said, this could be the best thing possible. It's also even funnier that he wasted $120 on a card deck he can't even use. And I know a lot of people are going to say that, "Oh, well, you're being too harsh on Nova." I don't care. Again, Nova is a predator. Nova is dangerous. He's already doxed, or he tried to dox Bloodspeth. He tried doxing Kiwi Tapes and brought an innocent family, a guy in his family who has nothing to do with the whole situation, including a toddler. He was running around with a UTTP, Eutropolis, who are one of the most horrible people, potentially linked to 764. Abusive, once again, he's abusive to his mom. He's not taking care of her. She lost a foot, and he wants to say it's not his fault, and all the other stuff. The Twinkle Twinkle Little Star incident, the Nova Files, everything else. It's downright disgusting, and I feel like at this point, Nova, I know you're listening because you like to try to strike down any other smaller YouTubers who talk, quote unquote, talk bad about you. So I know, and you know about me, so I know you're listening. And this is what I'm going to say. At this point, the safest thing you can do is to just go turn yourself in. Because I can tell you right now, your days are numbered. And that's not a threat. You already have an investigation going on. Your little harassment files ain't going to do anything except maybe the 2 takeovers, especially the second one, and when people graffitied your yard, your trailer. I can tell you right now, if you at least go turn yourself in and you get jail time, they could find a way to put you in isolation, so no other no other inmates can hurt you. And that's how I feel. And Nova, I also want to say you're making it very, very hard not to take that 5-hour drive up to you. But that's gonna do my rant today, guys. As always, stay away from the chome, and it's been an honor to make videos for y'all. So, as always, guys, this has been your friendly neighborhood slabs of pig meat, and I will see y'all next time. Love ya. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.